stopping at all. I want it forever, mine, ever mine, ever mine. She's got in the heart. It's on there, girl, she the one for me. And I ain't even planning the call. I want it forever, mine, ever mine, ever mine. Last name ever, first name greatest. Like a sprained ankle, boy, ain't nothing to play with. Started off local, but thanks to all the haters, I know G4
Leon,
on
don't like
first name basis. In your city, faded off the ground. Nino, she insists she got more class. We know, swimming in the money, come and find me. Nemo, if I was at the club, you know I'm chemo. Sounded like an album. Who'da thought a countrywide tour be the outcome? Labels want my name beside an X like Malcolm. Everybody got a deal, I did it without one. Yeah, I'm about my business.
Okay, Leon, like he's peeking in. Maybe it's this on here.
Okay. If you ain't been a part of it, at least you got to witness. Cheers. May not mean nothing to y'all. Understand nothing was done for me. So I don't plan on stopping at all. I want it forever, mine, ever mine, ever mine. She's got in the heart. It's on there, girl, she the one for me. And I ain't even planning a call. I want it forever, mine, ever mine. Ever Mr. West is in the building. Ain't no question. Who about the key? I used to have real dreams. Big fame, big change. I stuck my dick inside his life until that came and went all like the ball teams. Just so I can make it rain all spring. Y'all seen my story, my glory. I have made the game young. You can call it statutory winning the blow up. They gon' build statues from me. Old money, Benjamin Button.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. How's everyone doing on Super Thursday? Super Thursday, how you doing, studio audience? Hey! Come on, y'all can do better than that. Give it to me. Hey, what's up? I know I hear some of them smoking aces and aces ladies back there in the crowd. I know they representing back there.
Wait a minute. The people in the back to the left, I didn't hear no hands clapping. Gary, Lucky.
I know. Godfather.
You SO, never mind.
Listen. We're so excited to be here on this evening. I am Tracy Irvin, your ultimate CEO queen. I'm the king and the queen. No, I'm the queen. Tracy Irvin with Ultimate CEO, and I have my co-host here to me, to my right, maybe to your left, depends on which way you're looking at virtually. But Mr. Leon Searcy, what about it, Searcy?
Yes, Leon Searcy, All Pro Series.
All Pro Series.
All day, twice on Sunday.
I know that's right. We're so delighted and excited to be here with you. We are hailing from the beautiful city of Jacksonville, Florida. Our Smoke and Score broadcast live with Leon and Tracy. Again, we are here at Island Girl Gate Parkway. You still have time to get here. Come here. Great establishment, great wait staff, great, amazing humidor, and more than that, even more amazing manager by the name of Cindy Day. She has been a great support system to our Smoke and Score broadcast, Ultimate CEO, and Leon Searcy. So, hey, let's give her a hand. Cindy Day deserves
Yeah, absolutely.
Cindy Day. We love us some Cindy.
We love us some Cindy, but I got to tell this story before we move forward.
Please do.
And you know I love Cindy. But Cindy chin checked me when I came in here.
When?
I'll just tell the truth. Chin check because my boxes that I posted on social media, they're out, right?
Oh yeah, she did me the same way. She was like,
well, she chin checked me because I came in here and she said, Leon, she said, I saw your post last night. I said, yeah. She said there was other cigar lounge that I posted my cigars because I was excited. You know how you get.
Oh yeah, I've done it.
You know how when you see your cigar,
I've done it.
You know I've had my cigars out for a long time, but I finally had my boxes. So I was at this other cigar lounge, which I'm not going to name because we're not in the place right now. So I posted on social media, hey, my boxes are in, whatever. So I come in here and I grab a cigar, and Cindy's like, nice boxes. I was like, oh, man, thanks, Cindy. She said, you do remember that we were the first to host your cigars. I said, Cindy, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. She said, and we haven't gotten our boxes yet.
You got to be careful about that.
I know you don't want to kill your business.
Hey,
you don't want to kill your business.
You can't mess with your first love.
You can't bite the hand
My
that feeds you.
first love.
You can't bite the hand that feeds you. So I
No.
told Cindy, I said, Cindy, and I called my partner. Who's probably watching the show right now, Howard Gums. I say, Howard, I said, Cindy came at me, sideways because
Sideways.
she came at me sideways because
Sideways.
we weren't. She wasn't the first to get the cigar boxes.
Yeah.
And then Howard told me, he said, Leon, he said, if your ass didn't post it, she wouldn't have known. So I told Cindy, I said, but Cindy did tell me this. She said, Leon, I already put in the order, and your boxes will be here next week.
See, this is what you have to do, Leon. Anytime I post about Ultimate CEO cigars, I always make sure I may put a little something about Island Girl Gate Parkway, little Cindy Day, little something. You always got to kind of throw that in there. You got to stay safe, brother.
But you got to understand, I was in a different place last night.
Where were you?
I wasn't quite myself.
Did you
last
have
night.
an out-of-body experience?
I absolutely did. But I told Cindy, and Howard, who's probably watching the show right now, can attest to this. We're going to have quarterly parties for our cigars.
Yes, very good.
And I told Cindy that the first stop in shop is going to be
should be Island Girl, and rightfully so. Rightfully
You gotta do
so.
what you got to do.
Oh yeah, Cindy Day
Yeah,
has been
absolutely.
so amazingly supportive.
Yes, very much.
She runs a great establishment here in Jacksonville, Florida, here on 7860 Gate Parkway, right across the street from IKEA. She knows about cigars. She's very knowledgeable. Her wait staff is amazing. So you will have a great time if you come here. Okay, great time, good time, good time. So again, we want to thank you all for chiming in to our broadcast on this evening. You can find us again on Facebook at Smoke and Score Live with Leon and Tracy. You also can find us on Instagram at Smoke and Score Live on Instagram. So again, we come to you every other Thursday night at 7:30, about 7:30, maybe sometimes almost 8 o'clock. You know, we run other lives too at the same dang
They
time.
do.
At the same dang
Let me
time.
ask you a question, partner.
Yes, sir.
You know it's Easter weekend. What you doing Easter weekend? What, are you got any plans? You gotta have some plans.
I
you
got
know-
some plan.
You gonna give an Easter speech at the church?
Jesus will.
And listen.
Jesus will.
No, I gotta ask you this
Jesus
question.
will.
No, I gotta ask you this question, partner. Have you been going to church on a regular?
Oh, Leon.
Because
Leon.
No, I'm asking you this.
Wait,
no,
my
no.
mama might go on this live.
She
Now-
might be, but I'm
Okay.
because-
I have an answer for you.
Okay, go ahead.
I have an answer for you.
Okay.
So since the pandemic and the COVIDicals 19,
Covidicals?
the
Really?
COVIDicals,
Okay, go ahead.
I did not go to live church since probably have not been since last, I would say, August.
Okay, can I give you some advice, partner?
However, I've been going online, virtually. I go every Sunday, virtually.
Okay, I know. But here's the thing. If you ain't been going to church on the regular, don't go on
Don't go
Sunday.
East.
You know why? Because you ain't been don't take nobody's seat now. You're going to take one of the elder's seat.
Wait.
I'm just telling you.
Leon, I can't walk in there like this.
That's why
You
I'm
know
not
how they
going-
do in church, and they walk in there like that. I can't walk in there like this.
No, you can't. You can't because you're not a regular. Because if you go on Easter, you're going to take one of the elders' seat, and they're going to be upset.
Well, not only that, then you got to dress up real nice.
I was getting ready to say
You got to dress
I was
up.
getting ready to say that.
You got to dress up
You
real
have an
nice.
Easter
You know,
suit.
you got to have your Easter suit and you laid out, cock my hat to the side.
And let me ask you a question. Do you remember back in the day when you was a little shorty? Oh, my grandma used to do this to me. When you had to write your Easter speech, you had to go in front of the.
And you was scared.
Huh?
You was scared.
My grandma used to take me on the regular. I used to have to write my own Easter speech. And I used to be in that turquoise suit.
On Easter Day, my name Lil Leon, and on Easter Day,
My name, Lil Darryl. I remember those days.
and I come to you on Easter Day. But anyway, so partner, what are you doing, Leon, for Easter? I'm going to eat a lot. We plan to go have a little quick trip somewhere for the day and go eat some things.
You know, what I was going to do for the weekend, I was going to go. Initially, I was going to go to the beach and like get me a room because I date myself.
I love that you do that.
I date myself.
I
So
used to do that a lot before I got a
was
date.
I was going to go to this hotel on the beach that I usually frequent every once in a while. You know, he called it a staycation.
Right.
And I
I
went-
thought you was going to say the name of the hotel. I was like, don't do it. Don't do it.
They're now sponsored.
Don't do it.
So I was going to do a staycation, and usually I can get the hotel room.
Speaking of that.
I can get the hotel room for like $150 a night, right? It's a nice little hotel, whatever. I looked on one of the websites. The hotel is $350 a night for Easter.
Oh yeah, they getting it in. They're getting it in.
They price gouging. I don't like that. I really don't like that. So so I'm going to be. I don't know what I'm going to do this weekend, but I'll find some fun somewhere.
Oh yeah, that'll be awesome. That'll be awesome. That'll be good. Yeah. So again, speaking of sponsorships, we have a few sponsors that I'll announce. But just one moment, I must say again, we do not own the rights to any of this music on our Smoke and Score broadcast. All opinions expressed by any of the Smoke and Score. I'm sorry, I'm trying to multitask here. Smoke and Score guests or our content therein is not necessarily in agreement to any of our opinions. It is solely expressed by the guests and the content therein. So, say something, Leon. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
1 second. Let me find.
Wait, where you going, partner? Well, all right, my partner's going for a little bit, so I'm
going to get that Easter suit.
Oh, she's going to get the Easter suit. Okay, all right. No, but just to elaborate on my boxes, what we were doing initially before we had our boxes that came out just a couple of days ago. We would sell it to the cigar lounges in bundles, but a lot of cigar lounges don't like to do bundles. So we had a container. We put the cigars in because most cigar lounges when you deal with them, they want to buy by the box, not by the cigar. So we was able to get the boxes going. So we'll be in all the Island Girls in Jacksonville, and then my partner who lives in Orlando, we actually got them in this place called Sosa's. Sosa's is the only cigar lounge in Disney Springs, and it's been there for the last 25 years. And the owner, they've been there last 25 years, and the owner just happened to be a Miami Hurricane graduate.
Oh, wow.
He graduated from University of Miami. There you go. So he's a graduate of University of Miami, and he went there in 1994 after I left, but he does remember me. So he bought a bunch of my all pro cigars, and he bought the Black Moses and the Magic Stick. So I'm super excited to be in Disney. I didn't even know they smoked in Disney, so I'm happy. I didn't know.
I saw that. Yeah, I love that place. That's a very nice.
I've never been to Sosa's.
It's a family-owned establishment. I took Alan the last time we went to Disney Springs, and it's very nice and welcoming. They have a small little humidor, but it's intimate. It's about like 6-7 seats in there, maybe 8, but it's a nice little place. Nice little pit stop.
I didn't know Mickey got down like that.
Oh yeah, you smoke, but you can't bring that cigar from up out of there though. You gotta smoke it in there.
Oh, you do?
Can't walk around with it.
Oh.
Yeah, you gotta smoke it in the Sosa. So,
all right, gotcha.
So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. But at any rate, we want to just say thank you to a few of our sponsors. Again, we have Smokehouse Cigars out of the ATL. They're in Atlanta, Georgia. My friends, their Chief and Courtney, they run a great little intimate, small but yet very family oriented, very clean, very classy cigar lounge there in Atlanta, Georgia. It's called Smokehouse Cigars, and you can find them on Instagram at Smokehouse Cigars ATL, as well as on Facebook at Smokehouse Cigars ATL. So look out for them. We also have Nicole Isadora of NicoleIsadora.com. She has all of your eyewear needs, your boutique accessories, ideally for the unique person for you in mind. They have shades. We getting ready to not only Easter, but spring is coming, and they say hot girl summer. They talk about the hot girl summer. The ladies coming out in all the sundresses. You like that sundress summer, Leah. You like it.
That I do.
You like it. They come hot girl summer. They can wear the hot girl clothes and all that good old stuff. So yes. So we really thank Miss Nicole Isadora for being one of our premier sponsors on this evening for our broadcast. You can look her up. Great accessories at NicoleIsadora.com. Y'all check her out. And again, tonight, as we have every other Thursday, we have an amazing guest, a good friend of mine by the name of Kim Varner. Mr. Kim Varner. Kim, finally, I got you on the scene. Listen, this is one of the hardest working retired men in Jacksonville you ever want to meet. When they say retire, you didn't mean your kind of retire, because you work hard as me.
When you retire, you end up working harder than you did when you was working, so.
Absolutely. Well, Mr. Varner is a retired JSO officer and also is a director of the state of Florida and senior instructor. He's doing a lot of great things for the young people and for the community. He's going to drop some great nuggets, and he is so inspiring. Just your story, your unique journey is so inspiring. It's always been to me. And he'll tell you about that himself. I'm not going to spoil that in just one moment. But as this is called Smoke and Score, he needs to talk more. Okay, just talk more into the mic real loud, Kim, because this can't hear you. You good? Can't hear you. Got to talk real loud. That's why I talk real loud, because see, Leon don't need that. He just sit there and just, be big Cersei, and everybody can hear him. They can hear Leon in Canada.
Show you right.
See? Barry White, Leon Cersei. Anyway, so we thank you for being here, and thanks for taking the time out. And also, we got a special guest. If I ask AT to turn that camera, he might fuss at me. I don't know if he can and turn it back the right way. But we got in the house DJ Gemini in the house. Hey. DJ Gemini in the house. Y'all thank you. DJ Gemini, better known as my son. I had to put that on in there. DJ Gemini, that's with a J. His name is Jordan Streeter. You can find him on Instagram at Soundtrack Slim. And also you can find him under Jordan Streeter. On Facebook, you can find him, his information. He will be having his debut DJing event on April the 11th in the Riverside of Jacksonville on Park Street at the Escape Patio Bar. Okay, so Leon, if you're in town, you got to come support. Absolutely. It's like a Sunday day party. It starts at 5 p.m. 666. Thank you. 6 to 10 happy hour at the Escape Patio Bar. Let me give you the address. Hold your mule, everybody. I'm coming. Maybe you know. Oh, I got the address right here. Okay. It is at. That's not good because I can't read that. Oh, I can read that one. Okay. 1023 Park Street. 1023 Park Street, Escape Patio Restaurant and Bar on April the 11th. It's a Sunday chill and vibe Sundays. He'll be going in. DJ Gemini. All right. Shucks now. Get it. You know what? You get so proud. That's my proud moment.
That's your baby.
He don't like that, Leon. Don't do that.
Okay,
don't do that. You're gonna get me in trouble. You're gonna get me in trouble, Leon.
Always a mama.
Always. So we're so excited to have him here. He has been our intro music, and he'll do a little mix thing for us on a little intermission. We'll give him a little moment. But talking about what we're here for, a greater part of our show is the cigar culture and the cigar environment and cigar industry. Tonight, a little bit that I wanted to touch on was support for the cigar manufacturers, support for cigar, we like to call them B&Ms, but brick and mortar cigar establishments, people that need our support. I've just noticed some things, partner, in the last, I would say, month that kind of twisted my spirit a little bit, vexed my spirit, as my grandmother probably would say. And just in terms of talking about the cigar industry and how I watch people move around, not just here locally, but as I've traveled in the past month or so, just how much support that people render. Because one of our great inspirations, Mr. Robert Brown, who is the founder of Grown Ass Cigar Society, who is actually on our live right now, his saying is, if you show love, you get love. And I love that saying, because what tends to happen is a lot of people want to have people support them when they're doing something new or great or wonderful to them, but they have never supported other people. It's not like you're looking for something in return when you do something good for someone else, but it just should be just good. I think especially if you're in this industry since we're talking about cigars, any industry really, but you should be a support system to help, because you never know when it's going to be your turn. Right?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Listen, smoking a cigar. Listen, smoking a cigar is all about community. It is.
Yeah.
Just think about all the relationships and the people that we came across by smoking cigars.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
and most of the people that you deal with when you smoke cigars or people who are fluent, business people. I mean, that's why I come. I mean, I don't come for necessarily the smoke. I mean, although it is nice to have a good cigar, but I come for the camaraderie.
Oh yeah. Oh
I come for the fellowship.
Oh yeah.
I come for the inspiration. Because
network.
great network. Yeah, so the people that I deal with when I'm smoking with cigars are genuine people.
Absolutely.
I mean, I've been in a cigar lounge now. I've been smoking cigars now for maybe about 7 years, and most of the people that I deal with when I'm smoking cigars are genuinely good people.
They are. They're
good people.
They
and
are.
they don't have an agenda.
They don't.
They don't have an agenda.
Because guess what? This is not an inexpensive habit. You see what I'm saying? Some cigars cost under $5, but most of your good sticks are going to average you anywhere from 8, 10, 12, sometimes 20. Hey, there are some cigars out there that cost $80.
Sometimes 18.
Sometimes almost 20. And when you buy a stick and you come in somewhere, a lot of times people are coming in to do their work on their laptops in a cigar lounge or just chill out. They just want to sit and have no drama, good conversation, meet new people. And I tell you, it's like the circle of life, and you never know when it's going to come next. We were in Tampa, Leon, for the Super Bowl, just to give you an example. And I met the most amazing people at our first stop, the Cigar Lounge. Shouts out to the crew and family of Maduro Marauders in Tampa, Florida. They're on Main Street, I believe, downtown Tampa. I think it's 1944. How did I remember that address? I have no idea, because I can't remember what I did just an hour ago. But their address is 1944. I think it's West Main Street in a beautiful city of Tampa, Florida. Mark and Kevin with Conscious Cigars, and I'm trying to, please forgive me, the other partner, I can't remember his name, my business partner back there. Anyway, but they have a great group there in Tampa. And when they hosted us for the first event, Leon, there was a group of about 3 or 4 ladies that I told to come on in and join, because they were sitting in the other side of the lounge. And they were like, well, we're not a part. I said, yes, you are. Your family. This is your home lounge. Come join me. I'm not here to take over. I need your energy. And they felt so good about that. I was talking about how much I love crab legs and seafood. What did they do the next night, or the night after at the next event we went to? They came and supported us for the broadcast and brought me 2 pounds of crab legs. What you talking about?
Did you share?
Not a one.
Selfish.
Not a nary one.
Selfish.
I would have, but A.T. and Tammy don't really eat crabs like that.
There's no INT, you know that part.
They don't really eat crabs like that. Everybody was trying to get. A.T. even told me they dropped on the floor. They was trying to get.
I see AT, yeah, she's selfish.
Listen, Alan didn't even get done.
She looked like she was in prison, bro. She was like this.
I went back to the hotel at 1 o'clock in the morning after if we got back from the broadcast, tore them up, every last shell, every last one. So shouts out to Bernadette and Lysandra there in Tampa, Florida. They were amazing. And guess what they did? They say they were in Jacksonville last weekend. I say, I got y'all. Y'all come, lay out the red carpet, and that's what I did. They came to Isabella's in St. Augustine. They came to Dapper D's Saturday night. Had a phenomenal time.
Nice.
Just meeting some people in the cigar lounge. And that has happened to me time and time and time again. Just respecting the environment, respecting the culture. When you come into a lounge, of course, we bring our own sticks. We have sticks we enjoy. I have a shameless plug, Ultimate CEO Cigars, with my production engineer of this broadcast and my business partner, Antonise Fields. We have our own cigar line. But, of course, you have your own cigar line. We love and enjoy. You'll come in the cigar lounge, you'll bring your own. But, again, blessing the establishment by going in the humidor, purchasing a few of their sticks as well.
Well, that's almost cigar etiquette.
Yes.
It is.
It
cigar
is.
etiquette is that if you have
It
your
is.
own sticks
It is.
and you go into a cigar lounge, you're supposed to go buy
You're
at least one
supposed
stick
to.
and smoke it. before
You're
you smoke
supposed
it.
to,
Yeah.
absolutely. And not only if you do that, but also, if you go in and ask talk and find out about a new cigar maybe that you've never tried before. Give a new manufacturer a try. Perdomo 10th anniversary champagne was my first love cigar. Still love Perdomo. Nick Perdomo was pretty much one of our mentors as well. So I love the Perdomo line of cigars. Always will. However, every time I go somewhere different, I try to try something different, just to give another manufacturer a shot. Different sizes that I normally like a Toro, but I'll smoke a Churchill maybe, or a Nub maybe, or You know, you're trying his cigar tonight. Kim, what you think?
Great cigar.
Yeah.
I asked them if they have them at the downtown lounge because that's where I usually go.
Yeah.
So I'll be supporting with this.
Yes.
It's a great cigar.
Very good. Very good. Very
Great
good.
cigar.
So just have that cigar etiquette, and not just in the cigar lounges, but for the culture, just for what people are going through, to bring these wonderful products that we enjoy and relax us, and we have a great time with. Anything else about respect or supporting the culture, Leon? Because I've seen a lot of little stuff that happens in these lounges, and I just want people to have a little bit more respect for, we have a great friend of the broadcast that was on our broadcast, Mr. Darian Jackson, that has Dapper D's, the new place over in River City. And of course, I consider Island Girl being my home lounge here at Gate Parkway. I consider what Cindy has done as support system here, just being here for us. This is my place. But of course, I take my time to go over there and support because he just opened. He I know as a business owner, it's a different type of business, but how it is to get guests in, keep, you got bills to pay, all of that should be taken into consideration. So
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't even talk about, and I talked to you about this about 2 weeks ago.
What's that?
We gonna be on TV.
Oh,
You forgot about that.
No, I didn't forget.
Oh, well, listen. It's in the works right now.
I know. I got a new pair of eyelashes ready.
We're working right now on doing a TV show. It's gonna be like Drivers Dine In and Die.
Don't tell them too much, Leon.
I can't tell too much.
Don't tell 'em.
But we're gonna be doing a TV show. It's gonna be myself, my business partner Howard, and you, and another young lady in Miami, and we're gonna shoot the pilot in Miami. It's gonna be called Check Your Ash.
Check your ass.
Huh?
Show you right.
So that's in the works. That's still on the table. Right now we're actually we're going to be doing we're raising the funds for it, but we're going to be doing a TV show more than likely this summer.
Well, you know what, Leon? I believe it all came. This is our 21st episode, and we consistently made sure that we didn't stop. Blind, cripple, or crazy, we have been here every other Thursday to see this through. And not only that, Leon, we may start shooting out here in Tampa, per se, maybe, possibility. So we have gained so many friends from supporting the cigar lounges during the Super Bowl. So I'm glad we did that because it has built us up quite a support system.
Yep, absolutely.
So we ready. We ready.
Uh-huh.
We ready. We ready. We ready.
So Mr. Kim, a lot of people that just tuned in, Mr. Kim was actually, he did security for the Jaguars when I was a player back in the day.
Really?
So if you ever saw him, that means you were in trouble.
Oh no.
If you had to see him, that means you did something you wasn't supposed to do.
When you show up on the scene.
Oh, I'm glad I never saw him my whole career. Maybe I saw him when I was on my way after practice, but if you did anything off the field, if you saw him, you in trouble.
Okay, very good. Well, we'll be coming in with Kim, but thank God we're in no trouble tonight because we have his presence.
I got to say, Leon was one of the last great offensive lines that we had, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Very good. Look at that, Leon. Look at that. Look at that, sir.
I'm humble, but yet I'm not.
But it's true.
It's true.
But it's true.
That's true.
Well, if you're just joining into our broadcast, we want to say thank you so much. We are getting ready to give about a 10-minute intermission for the musical stylings of DJ Gemini. In just one moment, I'm going to turn it over to him and the mic over to him in just one moment. But we want to say again, tag, like, and share our live podcast here on Facebook at Smoke and Score Live with Leon and Tracy. You can also find us on Instagram at Smoke and Score Live. We again want to thank our studio audience for always being here every other Thursday, supporting us. Them aces be supporting us in the house, and we appreciate them. They are good people. They are good people. And of course, we have our production engineer, Mr. Antonius Fields, who is my right hand, left hand, front hand, back hand, side hand, all them hands.
On the black hand side?
On the black hand side, okay? Without him, we would not look so pretty. So pretty. Who used to say that, Leon? So pretty. So pretty. You got to know.
I don't know.
18 know. Who used to say so pretty? I look so pretty.
I don't know. You might be a little.
Muhammad Ali, man.
I don't know. You're a little older than me, partner.
Oh, wait a. Hold it. Hold the phone. Hold the mic. Hold the mic.
Throw the flag.
Throw the flag. Flag on the plate. Flag on the plate. But again, we appreciate you for being here virtually. Please chime in. We have some people that have chimed in. Thank you, Alan Peak, for always being here. Our great supporter of our broadcast. Also, Tammy Fields, who is the awesome other half of the Fields family. AT and Tammy Fields. Tammy Fields does our marketing. She does a lot of our flyers, anything you see electronically. But she is also an amazing travel agent. So if you ever need, hey, everybody is getting ready to travel, getting ready to take off, do their things. She's a great travel agent, Kim. So if you're looking, you and your wife need some travel, y'all go.
We go.
They go.
Hey,
That means I'm gonna have to get a car.
Tammy,
Yeah.
hey,
before I leave.
I'm going to Puerto Rico.
Rico.
That's right. Tammy's gonna hook me up, Puerto Rico.
You going to Puerto Rico?
Rico.
You going on a date? Date yourself, Puerto Rico?
all day. That's right.
I said date yourself, Puerto Rico.
That's what I said.
We'll talk about that off camera. But yeah, she's an amazing travel agent. You know everything that you have going on right now. She can put her information in the thread, Miss Fields, if you will, please. Tammy Fields, our travel agent for our Smoke and Score broadcast. Thank you, Mr. Robert Brown, for being here on the live. Heavenly Helen Head, thank you for being here. Heavenly Helen Head, I've seen you before, so thank you so much for being here on the broadcast and chiming in. Sam Flagg, much respect, brother. Thank you for being here. Hope you're feeling well. Curtis Dean, thank you for being here. And Timothy, wait a minute now. Tinty Ann. I think that says Tinty Ann. Thank you for chiming in. Thank you so much for being here. Tammy has just put her information as the travel agent on the books. And now we're going to take it over for about 10 minutes before we have our amazing guests come in on our broadcast. We're going to take it over to DJ Gemini. Give it to us, sir.
Check it, 1, 2. Come up some more. Check it. Blackout. As I step to the mic with the B-boy sings, to the brave heart MCs, I wouldn't take a chance. Keep quiet while the MC rap, and if you disrespect me, it's the big playback. The E-double-E is my name, I spell.
Hey, AT, turn it down a little bit.
I'm in the being out in the all-black truck. You a player, what team you with? I got major chips, I put the flyers with. Got the flyers with, my outfits means rescue dip. No matter what the steez, I'm a quit.
Well, my name is Indeed. I'm known as the motivator, funky beat maker, new Jack Terminator, joy destroyer, rhymes and quick, never sweating no clay. Wide
All right, so we'll go right into talking about you and
green
this
and red
your
is scratching
experience,
my
your
dock.
son, and then talk about that, and then we'll lead right into the next
Now,
one.
P&B's clocking all the day. Sit back and relax, who's the best back? TV with the phone in the back, who's calm under pressure, no need to act ill. Listen when I tell you, boy, you got to chill.
By next show? Okay, great. Okay, sounds good. Awesome, that's a surprise for me. Hallelujah.
I'm all wrong with the female heartbreaker, the dude. Wanna play me and my crew, that's rude, I'm dope. When I get down to the beat, I'm raw. I keep it hardcore for the streets. My tracks a miracle drug for thugs in the club.
Yo, E, I remember when they used to be scrubs. What
I'm the big man, some of y'all are baby cubs. Talking large money when I see your big stubs. I take control of your body and soul. Pack heat in my pants when it's time to roll.
What's the D-double? Hands blessed the track, flip the flow with E. When we touch the microphone, no doubt, we don't shine.
We got that event coming up on the 11th, and I told him I'll put him on here and let people know about him, what he's doing. Yeah, he just started a job working with the day. He was in the Navy. Yeah, I think Independent last year, that was so we've been kind of working, but he just got a job position offer for JU, and he just took the test. So, yeah, so that's his extra money. He's kind of working. That's what I said. That's what I told him.
I told you. Thank you.
It's the first time together and I'm feeling
I know, that's what I said. That's what I thought. I said, you gotta get this shit down. I'm not perfect yet. I said, you're not supposed to be. That's when you gotta jump in and do it. Make mistakes, and then that's how you're gonna learn. Be around people. Until you're around people, ain't nothing like doing it. You can do it at home all you want, but you gotta do it in front of a crowd. Oh, really? Oh, okay, cool. Oh, you gonna do that, AT? Do a little bit. Do a little bit, AT. I'm gonna post it just so you know. Sing it to me. Oh, but that's her marriage. Sandra Reisman is her You all in front of the camera looking you. That's okay. That was cute. That was good. You live, just so you know. Just so you know, you were live doing that. Yeah, you were live. That was funny though. After this one, after this song. All right. DJ Gemini in the house. DJ Gemini. That is with the J. Should I be saying that? Yeah, with the J. Because they might think it's Gemini. He's a Gemini, but he put J because his name. Get it, Jordan? All right.
I got it.
Anyway, thank you so much for being here on this evening and providing us a little live in the DJ entertainment. Again, you will see the premiere of DJ Gemini on Sunday, April the 11th for Vibe and Chill Sundays at Escape on the Patio Restaurant and Bar at 1023 Park Street from 6 to 10. They're having happy hour, so you'll be able to enjoy him then. Thank you so much again, Jordan Streeter. We're so excited to have you here. And introducing to some and reintroducing to a whole lot of others. We are so excited to have Mr. Kim Varner. Welcome, Kim Varner. Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
It's an honor to be here.
Thank you so much for being
No,
here.
we honor you here.
Yeah.
I'm serious. It's an honor to be here. I check your show out, periodically, but it's an honor to be here.
We're so appreciative. Kim, I've known you for so many years, and one of the biggest things that hits me, and you can expound on this as much as you want to. I'll let you elaborate as much as you feel comfortable. But one of the things that has happened in the community and happened very intimately to you is the death of your son, and it not only, I know it impacted you and your family in a great way, and he left behind your granddaughter, a little girl, and but it impacted the community in a huge way. Unfortunately, Jacksonville is known for quite a bit of gun violence, killing, and homicides, and so we're extremely unfortunate in that realm. But I would just like you to speak on how that has affected you, because I've seen on the outside looking in, I feel like you took a tragedy and really turned it into an inspiration for so many, not just families and young people, but the community as a whole. And for me, I applaud you, because you've been an inspiration to me for just the strength and courage and bravery that it has taken to do that. So
Thank you.
so you can expound on that if you like.
Yeah, Tracy, I appreciate it. It's an honor to be here with you and Big Sirs. You know, like I said, I checked out the show, and I want to start off by saying thank all my friends that came out to join us tonight. But speaking of what you were talking about, go back to September 24th, 2015.
Wow.
It's 5 o'clock in the morning. My wife goes to work she had to be to work then at 5 in the morning. She'd leave the house at 5 o'clock. I would walk out to her car, make sure she got off okay. I'd go back into my house and lay down and go to sleep. Well, before I could go to sleep, it was like 5:15. And that's early in the morning for me, because I go to bed at like 3 o'clock. Mm-hmm. So I had just gotten to sleep. And one of my friends on the police department,
Just push up.
one of my friends on the police department actually asked me to, he actually called my house. And 5 in the morning. And he couldn't talk. He was like, Kim, and he was stuttering. And this guy doesn't stutter. He's a police officer I used to work with. Mm-hmm. He calls me up, and he said, I need you to come to your house. At the time, my 2 boys was living at my house, and I had just gotten remarried, and I was living on the other side of town with my wife. So my boys were living in my house. He said, I need you to come to your house. I said, okay, what's going on? So he said, just come to your house, man. Just come to your house. Mm-hmm. So while I'm talking to him, my wife actually called me. My wife called me and said, hey, baby, you need to go to the house. Something's going on. You need to go to the house. So I clicked back over to my friend, and I'm talking to him, and he's like, Kim, just come to the house, man. I said, man, that was my wife just calling. What's going on? Just tell me something wrong with one of my boys. He says, just come on to the house, man. And he didn't want to speak on it. So anyway, a couple of minutes passed. My daughter calls me. So I click over to her, and I talk to her. And she said, she's crying. Daddy, come to the house. Something's wrong with Desi. That's one of my sons, Desi. So come to the house. Something's going on with Desi. So I say, okay, all right. I got somebody on the phone now. I'm heading that way. So I get up, get dressed. I'm only about 10 minutes from the house, just across the bridge from my house. My house is in the hood. I live in the hood because that's where I want to live, because I can help a lot of people over there.
That's amazing.
And
That's
so,
amazing.
I can live anywhere I want to live, but
You can.
I prefer to live in the hood. So
Wow.
I head over to my house. As I'm heading to the house, the lieutenant at the scene calls me up. So he's like, Kim, I need you to come over to your house. I say, Lieutenant, I've talked to 3 people already. Just tell me what's going on. What's happening? And the lieutenant tells me, said, I said, there's something going on with one of my boys. He said, yes. I said, which one of my boys? Is it Desi? He said, yes. I said, is he signal 7 and police signals that's a dead person? He said, yes, Kim. So now I know what's going on. I head over to the house. I say, hey, man, can you just leave him laying how he is and let me see him before y'all touch his body, before you move his body or anything. I want you to just leave him laying there so I can make my own assumption of what looked like happened to him. So I head to the house. I get there. They've got it roped off. They got 2 different tape scenes roped off. So I go to the inner perimeter of the second set of tape. And I see my son laying in front of my house. He's kind of like in a fetal position, curled up, and he's dead, laying there in front of the house. So long story short, my main thing was, wait until they got him off the ground, and my brother and my daughter was there with me. I wanted to wait till they got him up off the ground so I could find out who had killed my son. When I was with JSO, I was one of the guys they used to call, and I did 26 years with the police department here. So I was one of those guys, because I made a lot of relationships in the community. I was one of those guys they used to call when they were looking for someone. And I was that guy that used to always call and say, hey, I'm looking for someone who can help us find us. Even after I retired, I've been retired 11 years. They still call me today sometimes. Hey, man, I'm looking for this particular guy. Can you help us find him? So, long story short, they get my son off the ground. The Emmy gets him off the ground. And first thing I did was want to go out and find out who killed my son. And because of the relationships that I built in the community, I found out who killed him in 28 minutes. I know it's 28 minutes because I had a god brother that wanted to go with me. And he ain't the police, if you get what I'm saying. This is like a nephew to him.
It was gonna go down.
Right. So he wanted to go with me, and I didn't want him to go with me for that reason. So I found out in 28 minutes who had killed my son. So
wow, I didn't know about that part.
Yeah, that was
28 minutes.
It was one of those things where when I get out in the community, I walked to the area where I knew that my son. I live on the east side of Jacksonville, and I knew that some gas on the east side was beefing from another side of town. I won't call it side of town because I don't want to recreate that beef or anything. But anyway, my son grew up on the east side. He grew up in the hood. I sent him to schools in the hood. And so he's raised up around people that, sometimes one of the most desirable people to hang out with. But those are his friends who he grew up from elementary all the way to middle school. Mm-hmm. So they had a lot of loyalty between them and everything, and they hung out together. So long story short, I found out who killed my son. And the unfortunate thing, Jacksonville has a very, very, how can I say it? We lead the state of Florida in homicides. People think it's Miami, but no, it's Jacksonville. We lead the state in homicide. So
that's
I found out who killed my son, and within 18 hours, one of my son's friends went to the guy and told him, say, hey, man, I want to come smoke with you. They went over to the guy's house. It's him, the guy who killed my son, and the guy's father. They're there in the house. The guy's father leaves and go run some errands or something. So now I guess the guy feels that it's time to go ahead and take him out. And he ends up shooting the guy 3 times. The guy's laying on the bed. He realizes that he's not dead yet, so he shoots him 3 more times. Well, in the midst of all this, the father had come back home. He's in the backyard wiping his car off. He heard the first 3 volleys. He thought it came from the neighborhood that he lived in. When he heard the last 3 volleys, he realized it was coming out of his house. So he grabs this 45 out of his glove box and walks up to the steps, goes up into his house through the back door. The guy who killed this guy was walking out the back door. So now my son was killed within 18 hours. My son was killed. This guy's walking out the house. The guy's father sees him walking out with a gun, with a 38. Of course, there's no more rounds in it because he shot 6 volleys, and he shoots up and kills this guy. So 3 people dead within an 18-hour period, and that's just how senseless the violence is here in Jacksonville. So, and like you said earlier, I try to take a negative and make a positive out of it. Of course, I couldn't grieve about it until I got my son in the ground because I had so many family members and somebody. I kind of like to look out for my family members and all. And so they were like leaning on me, and I had to stay strong for them. But once I got my son in the ground, I was able to grieve a little bit. But just to speak on it, 3 people killed within an 18-hour period. That's just how senseless the violence is.
That's horrible. You know what, and Leon, give me just one moment. Kim, you said like so many things in those few minutes that just really touched me. And you've met my son this evening. Just having a son, man, I get emotional, y'all. I'm sorry. It's the hormones. Don't to blame the hormones. I'm menopause. Blame the menopause. But Kim, one thing that hit me, you knew who killed your son in less than 24 hours, right? There's a saying that people say that God gives everybody a gift. He gives some things that he knows that people can handle. He'll give them some gifts because he knows what they're going to do with it. I know he gave you that.
Oh, yes.
Because how could you, Leon, how in the world do you know who did that and would not want to go after them? You know what I'm saying? What gave you that heart? I mean, it was something.
Well, I'll be totally honest with you. I mean, I was a father. I'm a father. And this son, I raised him he was a heck of an athlete. He had 9 letters in basketball, 11 in football. And when it happened, the whole time I'm standing there watching him on the ground, the first thing I'm wondering, who killed my son?
Yeah.
So as a result of that, when they got him off the ground, I went to that neighborhood, but I know that they were the guys we hung out with were beefing with, and that's when I was able to find out in those 28 minutes. But as a police officer, the way I was able to find that out as a police officer, when I first hit the streets, I got this from my dad. When I first hit the streets, I used to keep a basketball and a football in my trunk of my police car.
That's it.
And I had three low-income apartment complexes on the beat that I used to ride. And I would get out and on my dad time, I would get out and play basketball with kids in those complexes.
That's what's missing. That's what's missing. Mm-hmm.
And I was doing community policing long before it was popular. And that's why people was able to come back and tell me, who killed my son.
You were able to still use your mind.
Oh yes,
even.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And I'll be totally honest with you. When I went to the neighborhood, I strapped up with 2 guns, and I'm thinking like a father. I don't know how I'm gonna handle this. I had a guard brother who called me up. He wanted to go with me, and I told him no. I want to do this by myself because I don't know how I'm gonna deal with it yet. I'm human. I don't know how I'm gonna deal with it yet. So let me go by myself and.
Kim and Tracy, I think the scariest thing for me actually happened to me about 2 months ago. I was in Orlando, and my business partner and I were outside of a cigar lounge, and my business partner got a text, and my business partner said, because he knows a lot of people in Orlando, and he said, Leon Searcy just bought a 45 at this gun place.
What?
And then Howard looked at me and said, "Sirs, did you buy a gun a couple of hours ago?" And I was like, said no. And then when I thought about it, I was like, my son bought a gun in Orlando. And I said to him, because my son, he works for my ex-wife, who has a bunch of he's the general manager for my ex-wife's Amazon. She has like 35 trucks, but he's the general manager. So my son makes 6 figures, and he drives a Tesla truck. So I'm saying to myself, my son just bought a gun. What is he going through where he feels like he has to buy a pistol
every day?
And that was scary for me because I went to Miami. I played the league 11 years. I've never owned a pistol. And I'm saying to myself, what is it about
different
my
day,
son?
Leon. Different
what
day.
is it about my son
Different
where
day.
he feels he has to buy a pistol? And that scared the hell out of me.
Yeah.
Because my partner thought it was me. I was like, bro, I ain't never bought no pistol before. And I said, they must be, because my son lives in Orlando. And he said, I said, that must be my son. I said, what is it about today where my son, who makes
That's
good
a good
money,
question for you, Kim.
who makes good money
That's a good
and
question
drives
for
a
you.
Tesla truck to where he has to go buy a pistol.
Yeah.
And that scared me to death, knowing that my son had to go buy a pistol.
What do you see in your wall? I mean, you deal with this like every day.
As a result, my son used to actually come to me and tell me, say, Pops, like I said, I live in the hood. He used to come to me and tell me, say, Pops, I need you to talk to some of my friends. Say, they don't have a father at home. They got a mama there, but she's always gone. I need you to talk to some of my friends because they, some of the stuff they're doing, I know you could reach them. And he knows that's what I enjoy doing, talking to kids to keep them on the straight and narrow. So in relation to what Cersei's saying, I started walking the streets in the hood and trying to talk to guys, tell them to put the guns down. Once my son was in the ground and I was able to kind of cope with it a little bit better, I said, well, I'm going to make a positive out of it. So that's what I started doing. And walking the streets and telling these guys that he hung out with especially, let's put these guns down. But I'll be the first one to tell you, and Leon, this is just me. But I encourage people, especially here in Jacksonville with the climate like it is, I encourage people to get protection. Have protection. Just a couple of weeks ago in Orlando, 2 of the guys from the east side of Jacksonville were gunned down at a stoplight. They went to a concert, they were gunned down at a stoplight right there in Orlando. It's you don't always see it coming, and you just got to protect yourself.
So let me ask you this question. I'm a rookie coming into the league.
Okay.
I'm about to get drafted in April, and you're going to these different cities. It's no longer the college life. Now you're a rich white kid, black kid in the NFL making a boatload of money. what would be some of the advice you would tell a kid that's going to be drafted, this month? I mean, outside of staying out of bad places, that's normal. What kind of advice?
What constitutes bad, though?
I know. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, what would be some of the advice that you would give a rookie player going to the NFL on how to conduct themselves in public to where they won't get themselves in trouble?
That's a good question. First of all, I worked NFL security here in Jacksonville for 16 years. And I know the NFL stance on firearms. They don't want the players to have them. You can't have them on NFL property. So, but I will tell anybody, whether you be a young player coming into the league, you be an old lady living on the block, whoever, I tell anybody to have protection because of the way Jacksonville is right now. My family members, I actually do a concealed weapons class, and I actually take them and show them how to shoot the weapon, how to use it. My other two kids, as a result of my son being killed, my youngest son ended up going to prison because somebody was following him. And he lost him 3 different times. They ended up pulling up behind him. And the last time they pulled up behind me, pulled into a gas station so that, he felt like he'd be safe in the public. Guy gets out the car, pulls around, circles around his car, parks in front of him probably about 30 feet. And he gets out the car. There's 3 people in the car. He gets out the car and walks up to him with his hand behind his back. My son took his gun out and fired 3 times in the air. Ended up getting arrested for it.
Wow.
And he ended up getting out. And as a result, a couple of months later, he was on probation, ended up going to prison because he violated probation by smoking marijuana. So he went to prison. He just came home a couple of Mondays ago. He did 5 years in prison
For
as a
that.
result.
Wow.
So, but I tell people like this: I'd rather be, the saying is, I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. I mean,
Yeah.
and I can't
Yes,
I
yes.
can't think about losing another child. I got 3 kids, and I had 3. I lost 1. I don't want to lose another one to violence. So
It's senseless. It's senseless.
as a police officer, I was involved in 6 shootings. So there's a way to carry a firearm, be responsible, and that's what I would actually tell a rookie coming in the league. I know you can't take it on property, but you have to be cautious right now. You remember what happened to Corey, Richard Collier. So a JAG player who was shot and ended up losing it. He was paralyzed. So I would tell anybody to just protect yourself.
Well, go ahead. Go ahead, Leon.
I remember I was in Jacksonville when I played with the Jaguars, and I had the chief of police's card where I had his number on speed dial. And I remember I was going to this club back in the day, and
Back in the day, what?
back in the day,
Was that stepping out, or was it Jazz Code?
Jazz Code.
It was Jazz Code.
It was more.
You
Jazz
call
Code.
me old, but you call me old.
Yeah, but you older than me, partner. But it was Jasco, all right? So I'm in Jasco, and I got the one thing I did when I went out and I knew I was going to drink, I had got a limo because I could afford it. I got a limo. So I was in Jasco one night, and I was with these young ladies, and these young ladies went with me.
That was your first mistake.
A couple of the fellas, right? So I guess the young ladies left whoever they were with at the club. So we're driving in the limo, and these guys come up beside us in the limo, and they were waving pistols in the air, right? And I'm playing ball. I had no pistol. I had nothing, but I felt threatened. And I remember calling the chief of police on the phone because I had his card. And I told him, I said, hey, listen, I'm at such place. I said, I got these guys next to me in the car, in the car, and we're in a limo, and they're waving their pistols. I guarantee you, and he told me the location, within 5 to 10 minutes, there was police officers at the road where our limo came and stopped them.
Wow.
Stop the guys with
They stopped the guys who, pulled them over because
Wow.
I described the car. I told how many guys were in the car. And I said, hey, listen, we're on our way back home. We're in this limo. We got guys next to us. They waving pistols because they're mad because we took their women, whatever. And I guarantee you in 10 minutes, and they kept following us, right? And by the time we got to this certain street across the bridge, there was 3 police officers right there in that vicinity that pulled them over. So,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I mean,
you know, there's no telling what could have happened.
Yeah.
exactly.
No
I
telling,
remember
bro.
that it was yesterday.
You might not be sitting here with us today.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the kind of confrontation that most pro athletes have to deal with. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Leon, it happens, and the thing is, you were at a club, and some people deem that as you were at a place good per se. But what about people getting shot in churches and shopping malls, games at a football game, or just at the movie theater? So you can't always say that what's being in a good and bad place. So Kim, I like to transition a little bit and let you speak to that, because what tends to happen is, you have young people that grow up into be adults, that have road rage and all these feelings inside bottled up, and then they want to shoot people. What happened to your son? Guy followed him. I've had an incident before myself. People almost have to live in fear quite a bit because of fear for making someone mad on the road, or somebody's going to get angry because they stepped on the tennis shoe or whatever.
Right.
So what you're doing to mentor and help young people is very impactful, because it gives them a different sense of hope, a sense of purpose, and learn how to deal with conflict resolution. Conflict resolution is so important. How do you deal with, you're not going to get along with everybody
Right.
that you meet all the time. So what are you doing in terms of helping and mentoring these young people?
After the tragedy happened to my son, the first thing I started doing was trying to walk the whole city of Jacksonville. And Jacksonville, land-wise, is the biggest city in the country, land-wise. So I realized real quick that, I'm not making an impact, because walking the streets, you have to be consistent. These guys have to see your face every day. You have to build trust with each other. And walking the streets every day, we weren't building. I couldn't deal with the whole city because I didn't get enough time to meet with them. I was still working at this time. So what I started doing is just concentrating on the east side of Jacksonville. That's where I was born and raised. The east side is notorious for being one of the worst sides of the city. Out east, that's right.
Out east.
So I focus on just concentrating on the east side, and that was very helpful with me, because now I'm walking the streets 2 or 3 nights a week, and I'm seeing the same people. They're seeing me. I'm being consistent with them. And most of these guys out there, man, they don't have a father. They just need somebody to show them that they care about them. They're raised up, and we're all products of our environment. I'm a product of my environment.
Yeah.
I had a mother and father at home, so I'm a product of my dad. I took after my dad a lot. But a lot of these guys don't have that leadership in the household, so they go out in the streets, and they're products of their environment from what they learn in the streets. So, once as an officer, once I had to realize that these guys are just doing what they grew up doing, and so now I got to think about what I need to do to turn that, twist it, to get them to turn into something positive. And been walking the streets for the last 6 years. And as a result of that, I got 3 of the guys that was hanging on the block, got them jobs.
Oh,
The
that's
same
great.
leadership skills
That's
that one of
good.
those guys had on the streets, he now is a foreman at the job because he had that same leadership, skills, and he took it and made something
That's
positive
great.
out of it.
That's what's up.
And,
That's what's up. That's what I'm talking
a
about.
lot of these guys are convicted felons. They feel like they can't get a good job and all. Well, there are places here in Jacksonville that will hire convicted felons and give them a second opportunity. So, I was able to get these 3 guys jobs. Like I said, one of them became a foreman. He's a foreman at the plant. I go by check up on them. I make sure that they're showing up on time when they first start working there. These guys are no longer walking around smelling like weed. They got their pants pulled up. They're working, and their payback to me, they got to come back with me when I hit the streets and talk to their friends, their peers.
That's it.
And they see that they're doing something positive. They still smoke their weed, but they don't ride in the car smoking. They don't get out the car. When I was growing up, and I won't say what years it was a long time ago. When I was growing up, the guys that smoke weed, they would keep Vaseline in there and put it in your eyes, make sure your eyes don't look too red. They would put,
That's what they do. I didn't even know about that one, Leon.
Mask the smell, mask the marijuana smell and everything. We didn't walk around smelling
You heard
like
that, Leon? That's what you do. You got a new trick.
But But that's what's up with it now, I enjoy doing it now.
Yeah.
I actually work for an organization, Dedication to Community. In the intro, you mentioned that. I work for an organization called Dedication to Community. One of the guys that worked in the front office with the Jags, Leon knows him, Quentin Williams. He started this organization. And we have what we do, we travel the country teaching diversity to different police departments now because of the climate.
Yes.
The climate like it is now, especially with the trial going on right now of, Floyd, the trial going on. So we travel the country and we teach diversity to different police agencies on how to build relationships with community. Just this evening, I do some crime analysis work for Channel 12, and one of the reporters called me, asked me if I would speak on an issue that's going on now. This young lady was in Publix, and she walked out of Publix, got in her car, black female, got in her car, had 4 kids with her. She got in the car, and as she gets in her car, one of the people in Publix tell the officer working off duty that that the lady walked out without paying for, she didn't pay for the stuff she had in her bag. The officer approaches the guy. I happen to know this officer, white officer. I happen to know him. Very good guy. Good. I mean, just a solid guy. Great officer. But he went up to the car and started talking to the young lady, and asking her, "Hey, do you have a receipt for what you bought? Just show me your receipt. Just show me your receipt." I don't know if it's because of the climate that's going on right now, but she was real,
She got anxious, a little nervous.
I don't have to show you that. That's my right. I don't have to show you that. Also asked probably for the receipt, probably 20-some times. And he ended up having to, after she wouldn't show the receipt, he said, "Well, I need you to step out the car for me." She wouldn't step out the car. Long story short, he ended up having to tase her. He told her she was under arrest, step out the car. He tried to grab her hand to help out the car. She wouldn't get out the car. So he ends up tasing the young lady, and walks her to his patrol car. After he walked to the patrol car, went back to her car to get her ID. Her purse was sitting on the passenger side seat, right where she was in the driver's seat. 4 kids in the back. Right up underneath the purse was the receipt. So a big thing with police as well as the community, and I preach this to the community, is accountability. We got to be accountable for our actions. You know, if all she had to do was show that officer that receipt, and that whole thing would have been over with in a minute. You know, she showed him the receipt that she paid for the groceries she had. And it would have been over with. As a retired police officer, I was black long before I was a police officer. When I have encounters with the police, because sometimes the police might approach me not knowing who I am, but I comply with them, and I try and I don't care what the climate is right now. I still comply. You got to be accountable for your actions. Everything you do
has a consequence.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if she would have just showed the officer the receipt, he would have. This guy, like I said, I know him. He was very polite to him. The whole video, he's very polite, and all the body cam footage shows that he did everything the right way. And that whole incident would have been squashed.
And it is the climate we're in, Kim, because people get anxious, they get nervous as soon as you see a police officer behind you in your car. You get, I don't know about you all, but I get this certain little anxiousness inside of me. I'm not doing anything, but it just gives you a little, because of what's going on has exacerbated that whole mood, I think. Right. So I think people are making bad decisions. I'm glad you spoke to that, because we're always talking about the police, but people do make bad decisions in terms of making a already bad situation worse.
And don't get me wrong, I'm saying we need accountability from the police, but we need accountability from the community as well. That's what's going to make things better. If we, instead of, you can't just, I have police officers get behind me sometimes. I have one, I left my house, I live in the hood. I left my house, I was 4 blocks from my house. I saw a police officer, he was 3 blocks away from me. When I got to the stop sign and turned left, that truck was already behind me. Yeah. And I drove another 2 blocks and he pulls me over.
They wait. Yeah, sometimes they
pulls
wait.
me over. So, he sees a black male in a car and he pulls me over. And, I complied with him, did what he asked me to do. I showed him my ID and everything. I didn't tell him I was a police officer right away because I wanted to see how he's going to handle it.
So that's something to me, because I know a lot of, I won't call them out, but I know a lot of JSO or retired JSO, they flaunt that bad, honey. Listen, I thought it was something or is that just federal agents where when they run your tag, they don't know when they run your tag, they don't know who you are?
My tag is police officers in Jacksonville. We can list our tags under the police station's address.
Right.
And usually when an officer sees that, when he runs your tag, he'll
Right.
see that address, and he knows that you have something to do with the police. He don't know.
He doesn't know what you do.
policeman.
Okay.
But anyway, he came up to my window. He asked me for my ID, and before I could even, I gave him my ID, gave him all the information he wanted. He went back to his car, and he came back up to my car, and he didn't tell me what he stopped me for. And that's, once you give the ID, that's the courteous
That's
thing
what
to do
you're
to let
supposed
you
to do.
know why they're stopping me.
Yeah.
So he came back to my car and said, "Can I ask you why you stopped me?" He said, "My tag light was out." I went back, my tag light was working. And, but anyway.
Then I would have flashed the badge.
Anyway, long story short, he said, "What do you do with the police department?" I said, "Well, I'm a retired cop, but why is that important?" I mean, and I actually told him, I said, "Hey, man, did you," because I still teach at the academy at times. I teach a class at University of North Florida Institute of Police Technology and Management. And so I still am very active working with the police department. And I asked the guy, "Why did you pull me over?" He said, "The tag light was out." So he said, "You can get out and look at it." So I said, I went to grab the door handle, open the door, and he shoved the door back shut. I didn't say get out now. He said get out now,
Oh, wow.
And I said, "Well, just said I can look at it." He said, "Not right now, So that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And so I wait for a minute, and he starts asking me, "What do I do?" I said, "I'm a retired police officer." I said, "But that shouldn't make no difference." I said, "If you won't let me look at the tag light, you let me get out and look at the tag light, it was working. When I got out the car, it was 4 of the police cars behind me." And that, I'm speaking to the police.
See, now, if that happens to you, just imagine me
That's my point.
or Leon or just
Yeah.
every average Joe,
Mm-hmm.
and they did you that way. What chance do that's what makes you get that feeling,
Yeah. And I'm pro police. I'm not knocking the police
Oh,
department
sure.
because 99% of police officers are good officers. But anyway, so I asked the guy. So when I got out the car, apparently some of the guys must have recognized me, so they just drove off. They just drove off when I got out the car, and so I'm standing here talking to this guy. I said, so I said, okay, and I started to say something to him, and I cut off what I was saying. The guy looked at me and said, "Hey, man, what were you going to say?" I said, "Don't worry about it, bro. Don't worry about it. It's nothing, no biggie." "No, man, tell me what you want to say. You obviously got more experience than I do. Tell me what you're getting ready to say." I said, "Don't worry
got
about it, bro.
humble.
You don't stop me now. Don't worry about it, And, he gave me back my license and all, and I got in my car and I rode off. But the first thing I thought about, if I wasn't a retired cop,
What
what
would have been the
would've
outcome?
of it,
What would have been the outcome?
And here I
Yeah.
am, I'm complying. I'm totally complying with them. So, I often think about that. And like I said, this organization that I'm working with, Dedication to Community, we're traveling the country. We were up in Charleston, South Carolina, facilitating their police department at the time when they were taking down statues downtown Charleston.
Oh, yeah.
And so
Oh,
two
that
of
was
the guys
big.
in our class were actually on the SWAT team. And they had to get up and leave the class. And a lot of times with police officers and athletes have the biggest egos out of everybody. I mean, that's a known fact. Police officers and athletes have the largest egos, So when we get there to teach the class, it's myself and Quentin walking in the class. They see 2 black guys coming in suits. And the first thing they do is sit back with their arms balled up. They don't want to be there. And once we start talking, and they see that we're pro-police and what we're all about, building relationships, and tell them how to build these relationships by playing ball, basketball, football, whatever with the kids, and they start getting into it. And then next thing you know, they're leaning forward. Then they're like this, paying attention to us. These 2 SWAT guys, when they walked in, I was on the SWAT team here, big egos. When I first walked in, they were sitting back, leaning back. They didn't want to hear what we had to say. Next thing you know, they're leaning forward. Now they're paying attention to what we're saying. And when they had to leave to go downtown because they were taking down those statues, those guys didn't want to leave the class. And Lieutenant had to come in there and tell them, "Hey, what y'all doing? Y'all supposed to be downtown." And those guys came up and talked to us, gave us their numbers, and they was buying into what we were selling. And that's what's important. You just gotta we all, like I said, we're all from different places. We're all raised different, and you just got to get to the table and talk. Communication is key.
Well, for anyone that's on this live that's looking right now, You don't have to go through what you say in the whole class, Kim, but what are some of the impactful things that you're saying to change that mood in that class that are changing those officers' mindset to have a different type of mindset in terms of that?
One of the things I do, I tell a story about when my son was killed and how in 28 minutes I knew who killed my son because I built a relationship in the different communities, and people know me, and they saw me. I pulled up to this neighborhood after my son was killed, pulled up this particular area, and I'm walking down the street. As I'm walking, I parked my car. Like I said, now I'm thinking like a father. I got 2 guns on my side. I don't know how I'm going to deal with this. So I'm walking down the street, and as I'm walking down the street, a guy passed by, and he blew the horn. I just turned around, threw my hand up. I didn't even see who was in the car. So the guy calls me on my phone. And when he called me on the phone, he was like, hey, man, what you doing over here? By this time, it's probably like 7 o'clock in the morning. What you doing over this time of the morning, man, walking down the street? I said, man, somebody killed my son. I'm trying to find out who killed my son. He said, I'm going to call you back in a few seconds. So sure enough, a few seconds later, he called me back. He said, man, I had somebody in the car. I had to get out the car. And he gave me the 2 names of the people who killed my son. So I continue walking because I want to hear from other people. I continue walking. I go to this vacant apartment complex where I know the guy's slanging dope. So I go up and I guy runs. They see me coming up and they think I'm still, at the time they thought I was still a police officer, I guess. They took off running. One of them ran in the complex and ran into an apartment. I went in there and I said, man, I got nothing on me. I don't got nothing. I said, man, I don't care what you got on you right now. I'm trying to find out who killed my son. He said, I can't speak on that. I said, no, bro, you're going to tell me who killed my son. He's going to tell me who killed my son. And at that point, he told me, he gave me the same 2 names that the other car gave me. So I turn, I walk out the apartment, and I go back towards my car. So going down the street, another car passed by and I blow the horn. These are people that are coming to me. I'm not going to them. They come to me because they know me.
You built
and they
that
trust
relationship.
Me. Because of that relationship. This guy passed by and he saw me. He blew the horn at me. I waved at him. So he called, what you doing over here? And I told him, and because it had been on the news all morning, it was like a top story. He said, man, I thought that was you, man. He said, and he gave me the same 2 names. So just the fact, and I've been retired at the time. I retired in 2010. This happened in 2015. But those relationships, when I first hit the streets, Tracy, I would go to when I first got my first assignment, my first beat. I used to get up my car and knock on the doors and introduce myself to everybody on the block. Not just one person on the block, because then they think you're snitching. So I made sure I introduced myself to everybody on the block. And I go up to the door and I say, hey, my name's Kim Varner. I'm a new officer riding this area. I'm here to help. If y'all have any issues, call me. This is my phone number. These are the hours I'm working. This is my phone number. A lot of officers don't, especially back then, didn't believe in giving out their phone number. But I gave out my phone number, and people would see me in the neighborhood doing stuff like playing ball with the kids or whatever, and they start building a rapport with me, because they see me out there with their kids, and because of that, I just built those relationships with people. I have old ladies that call me now and ask me about how to deal with something. And I've been going 11 years.
That's so cool.
So another thing I want to bring up, you got to think out the box when you're out there doing this type of thing. We used to, and this came from one of my friends, Scott McNeil, and his wife Christina. They started this thing on Halloween. We're out there in uniform. On Halloween, my squad, which consisted of 7 people, we everybody put in $5. $5 ain't no money. We put in $5, and one of the officers went to the dollar store and bought $35 worth of candy. And at Halloween, like I say, we had 3 low-income apartment complexes on my beat. And Halloween, we would get out and walk around and pass out candy to the kids in uniform. We got these kids running around in Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, different superhero outfits. And so we're walking around and we're passing out candy to these kids, and we're not doing it for the media. We're not doing it for acknowledgement. We're just doing it because we're trying to win these kids over. And as a result, some of the parents that saw us out there walking around with their kids, I'm talking about some of the people that we done put in jail, some of the boys out there slinging or whatever. As a result of them seeing us doing this, they start coming up to us, hey man, that's all right, man. You're hanging out with the kids. Say, can they get a picture with you? So several parents are coming out and they took pictures with us in our uniforms with these kids in front of us with the superhero uniforms. And it made it back to the media. How it made it back to the media, I don't know, because none of us ever got copies of the pictures. But it made it back to the media, and the headlines were, who are the real superheroes in this picture? And I never forget that because it stuck. It made me feel good that, you know, and now I feel like I'm really, you know, hitting home, you know.
That's very admirable,
So-
Kim, because you know what? That's building relationships and trust in the community. And I think what you're doing is so impactful with training other officers, not just the ones that are coming up early, but the seasoned ones who have a little bit of that ego,
right.
because they can formulate that relationship. And you know what? It's not just to trust the community, to trust it, but hey, for them to have links in the community where when something happens, people will say, "Oh, here they come." They'll say, "Oh, that's our friend. That's Officer such and such." You know,
right.
so that will help out a great deal. I believe in bridging that gap in the community with the police officers and the community, so that trust will be continually continuous to grow.
And with me, I was raised in the hood. My dad used to run the boys' home back in the 60s. And back then, the boys' home here in Jacksonville, if you were a black kid and you got in trouble, or the juvenile, you got sent to the boys' home. Back then it was called the Duval County Parental Home for Colored Boys. And this was back in the 60s, like I said.
I didn't know
grew up
that.
right there off of Jesse Street, right
Okay.
off of East Side Jesse Street.
Yeah, the boys' home.
It's Detox now. It used to be the boys' home back in the day. My dad was a superintendent. And so we had to live on campus. They furnished him with an apartment. We had to live right there on campus. And so growing up around guys that are probably not the most desirable people to hang out with or whatever, that's what I grew up with. So, you know, I took a lot of that with me as I grew up. And my dad was my dad was my role model. My mom, one time we were living at the boys' home, my mom wanted to buy us one of those, you know, those little rubber swimming pools. Me and my two brothers, she wanted to buy a swimming pool for us to play with, and my dad said, "No, I don't want to do that because the other kids can't get in that pool." So I don't want to do that. But 2 weeks later, he sent us to the YMCA to take swimming lessons.
Nice.
You know, so just the way the way my dad was, it stuck with me. And then, you know, he was, like I say, I had two of the best parents in the world. So, you know, but I took that with me. Everything that I've learned on the streets or whatever, my dad had something to do with it. You know, so.
Well, I know you're doing it because you care. You care and you're concerned, because we don't hear a lot about Leon. We don't hear a lot about Kim Varner on the news, or you know, every now and then. They don't call the newscasters or the media to come out to the locations where they are. They're doing it because they care and they're really authentic about it.
And it's not, with me, it's not about like I say, it's not about, you know, being recognized or anything. It's just that my reward is seeing these kids when they turn out. Matter of fact, I was at the Allen Girl Downtown Cigar Lounge, and Wednesday night, the same group of people that's in here tonight with me, they came out to hang out with me tonight. But some of that same crowd, we were sitting in there one night. This guy spoke to me, and I didn't recognize him. He spoke to me. He got probably about 40 years old. He spoke to me. I said, "What's up, bro?" And he said, "You remember me, do you?" I said, "No, sir, I don't." He said, "Man, you used to come in the hood and play ball with us and everything, man. Because of you, a lot of us stayed out of jail. A lot of us ain't in the graveyard, you know." That's the reward I get back from it. I don't need no notoriety or nothing, but that's the reward I get back from it, you know, because it's coming from my heart. It's genuine, you know. So.
Well, how does everyone get in touch with you, Kim, and your organization and what you're doing with the police officers? If they would like to book you for a presentation, would you tell everyone? And we'll put it in the link as well, if you will, Tammy.
They can go to
Tammy's like, what?
Dedication to Community. That's DEDICATIONTO community.org. It's a national organization.
Okay, dedicationtocommunity.org.
.org.
Okay.
Right. And then you can go in and just you know, make it to me. Make it out to me. I'm here in Jacksonville. Make it out to me, and I'll get back in touch with you.
So that's dedication TO community, not
Dedication.
T2. Okay, dedication. So you heard that here on Smoke and Score Live. You can get in touch with Kim Varner and his peers and associates if you would like him to come do a presentation or anything, because you're also you do a gun class as well, right?
What kind of class?
Licensed
That's something I do separate. I do and I started out teaching a concealed weapon for females.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
And
And
Nice,
doing
nice,
that, I teach a self-defense class for females.
Okay, so how do we get in touch with you for that?
If you go through dedication to community, I don't have I have a cell number, and I'll go ahead and give it out. It's 904.
Okay.
885-2578.
904-885-2578. 2578.
And all I ask is that you be considerate about when you make the calls,
Yes, be considered. Don't call him he got a wife in now. Don't call him at 11 o'clock at night talking about, I want to learn how to shoot this gun.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
But
and then can they also inbox you on Facebook?
Yes, I'm
It's
on
with
Facebook.
Kim Varner.
You can reach me on Facebook. I have 2 pages. One of them is a page that's kind of dead because I forgot my password to get into that one. But the one where you see me standing there under the moonlight with my wife, that's the one you can reach
Kim
me
Varner,
on.
Kim Varner, V as in victory, ARNER. You can reach him. And that's some great stuff. That's really, really awesome. So keep doing up the work that you're doing. Keep up the good work. We love you, and I'm sorry you had the tragedy that you've had. However, you're being blessed by what you've turned that into.
Yeah. And with that, I'm thankful that I had my son for 25 years. I look at the positives that come from it. I coached my son growing up as a kid. Like I said, when he was killed, that was when Jack Del Rio and Mike Tice were here with the Jaguars, and I was doing security with them. And Mike Tice actually was going to get my son a walk-on with UCF. And but my son told me, said, Dad, I don't really want to go to school right now. I want to play ball and I want to go to school. So I moved into Orlando anyway with my daughter who was at UCF, hoping that would make him want to, go ahead and get back into school. But this is the hand that I was given, and I just try and make a positive out of it. So I'm thankful for the 25 years that I had with him. And I got millions of pictures with him. I spent my time with my kids, So
Well, we can't choose our path, Kim, but the path that was given to you, you're using to a great benefit, and we appreciate all that you do. Leon, you have any other comments or questions for Mr. Kim?
No,
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Incredible.
It's a lot to take in. It's a lot to take in. I just want to say some shout outs and some appreciation to some of our virtual viewers. Thanks, Miss Bernadette Cooper out of Tampa. That's my girl in Tampa, Florida. Out of Madura Marauders. We appreciate you signing in. Mr. Robert Brown made a comment to you out of the Sarasota area. He said, very admirable. Most heroes don't wear capes. Well done.
That's a true story.
Well done. Well done. Well done. And Tammy put up your information so you all can get in touch with him if you would like any presentations. As you can tell, he's very personable, very humble young man. Young man, that's right, you're young. I'm a young lady.
I'm gonna stick with that.
And so you can get in touch with him because we do appreciate what he's doing in the community. And listen, take advantage of it. There's a mentor that Mr. Fields and my partner has had, Mr. Anthony Brown from E3 Business Group. He used to always say, it's not knowledge that's power, Leon. You know what's power? It's not knowledge that's power.
What is it?
It's applied knowledge.
Wow.
Applied knowledge is power. Okay, it's like, so you have to apply it. So listen, you got you can't say you don't have the resource. You got the resource. You can't say you don't have it. Smoke and Score Live has given you the resource here with Mr. Kim Varner, and he is available because he truly cares about the community. Nothing's better when somebody is working their passion and they care, right, Leon?
Absolutely.
And they care.
Absolutely.
Because you guess what, Leon, you care, and we know what you care about.
What do I care about?
Them Jaguars. Leon, you care about them Jaguars?
I do care about the Jaguars.
Go Jaguars.
Yeah,
Go Jaguars.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see how many people cheer. Go Jaguars. Who said that? Who said that, JJ?
For better years.
Silence of the Lambs.
Silence of the Lambs.
Hey, you know what, Tracy? To be honest with you, I mean, we should end the show on that note. I couldn't do just. I couldn't do the. I couldn't
No,
do the Jaguars.
no.
Ain't nothing going on, Tracy.
But it is. We gotta do a little sport something. You have to do. We got 5 minutes, Leon. You gotta do sport something.
Okay. Well, first of all, there's nothing going on with free agency because we don't spend half our money. Okay, on free agency. So there's nothing going on with free. Only thing that's really going on for the Jaguars right now, they're going to pro days. Pro days are when players there was no combine because of the COVID. So pro days is a player is doing drills, at their college campus.
Mm-hmm.
So a bunch of scouts and GMs and stuff right now going to see guys run 40s, bench press, vertical jump, broad jump, L drill, all those specifics to see if they're going to be, the guy they're going to draft in April. We're in April now. The draft is about 4 weeks away.
Okay.
So right now, only thing that's really going on right now is pro days, and it's no surprise. We got the first pick overall. More than likely, not more than likely, we're gonna take Trevor Lawrence, first pick overall. Sunshine is his nickname. All right. So after Trevor Lawrence, we've got a plethora of guys that we could be looking at. Jaguars. When you go 1-15, you need players at every position. We've addressed the issues at strong safety. We got Rayshon Jenkins from the Chargers. We signed him to a long-term deal. We got Shaq Griffin out of Seattle.
Not the other Shaq, but Shaq Griffin.
Shaq Griffin is going to be our cornerback. We went and got Malcolm Brown from the Saints. We traded for him. He's going to be our nose guard. We got a defensive end out of Chicago. We're going to run a 3-4 defense. He's going to be our DN. So right now, Jacksonville's in the position after Trevor Lawrence is that we're not going to pick for needs. We're going to probably pick for best available. So who's going to be available? There's been talk that we might get Travis Etienne from Clemson, who went to school with Trevor Lawrence. Najee Harris, running back from Alabama. Tony from Darius Tony from Florida as a wide receiver.
Okay.
We need a tight end. We need an offensive lineman. I'm saying that
you need a whole team.
We need a whole team. So
you need a whole team.
The Jaguars have 4 of the first 65 picks.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We got first pick overall, 25th pick, 33rd pick, 45th pick, and 65th pick. So more than likely we're gonna address probably offensive line, running back, wide receiver, or safety.
You sound so educated and informed with all that, Leon. I have one question to ask you. I think you still got it. You can't help us out. You can't jump back on that field. I think you still got it.
He was one of the best
You
we
can't.
ever had.
Hey, you can't come out of retirement, Leon, and help us out. Help us out.
Look at my face. Does this face look like it can
You're
play
like, hell to the no.
Hell to
to
the
the no.
no.
Hell to the no.
I couldn't even give you extra point field goal right now.
Oh, my gosh. I believe in you, Leon. I believe in your strength and
You
power.
can believe in me all you want to.
You
but
are strong.
I am strong.
But not.
I ain't going out on the
You ain't
field.
going out on that field. You're not going to mess up your joints for them.
No, I'm not.
Let's call it joints and Jaguars.
But that's the gist of the Jaguars. Right now, everybody is focused in on who we're going to draft come the 29th of April.
Okay. So everybody's out there, the coach is out there looking at all the different players and seeing who's good, who's great.
What they're doing is they're evaluating players.
Okay.
They're watching film. They got a scouting department. They're evaluating the guys, and they probably have a big board. They probably got Trevor Lawrence 1, and then who we're going to pick at 25.
Okay.
So there's a big board, and there's going to be variations. Day after day, who we might pick. Do we want a D lineman? Do we want an O lineman? Do we want a safety? Do we want a wide receiver? Do we want a running back? So all that's going to be interchangeable over the next couple of weeks.
Okay.
It's going to be really exciting.
It's going to be exciting.
It's going to be exciting.
I would like them to see.
But
I
you
would
know
like.
what's crazy?
What?
A lot of these kids, I call them kids, but half of them could be my kids.
Half of them.
And one day, they're going to go from weekend money in college to multi-million
dollars. Yeah.
Huh?
All in one
What?
week.
What?
Yeah.
I remember when I first got my check when I was with the Steelers. And I saw my paycheck. I said, I knew how much money I was supposed to make. I had on my paycheck. I said, who the hell is FICA? That's the federal government. I said, what, I owe them money? Hell, I had no idea about FICA.
Yes, and you know what? This is going to a whole nother subject matter, and I'm not going to expound on this deeply or greatly. But Leon, is there someone out there? I've always, when are they going to get someone to be like a mentor of sorts for NBA, NFL, whatever, hockey is the league, whatever, to help these guys business? I'm not talking about your manager or your agent. I'm talking about someone that can be like a financial mentor that'll take these guys through, or women through a.
Well, the first thing I would say to a professional player is that if you want help, you gotta want to be helped.
True.
Sometimes you gotta just put your ego aside and say, "Hey, listen, I'm gonna need help." But see, you gotta understand, football players are programmed not to ask for help.
Yeah, because the ego. Going back to him talking about that ego. Yeah.
And one thing the NFL offers now, and Leon can speak on it, they have a rookie symposium.
Yes,
so
they
when
do.
you first come into the league, when you first come to the league, they'll send all the rookies to one location. And they do all kind of scenarios with gold diggers, with agents, all kind of stuff. But still, you have guys that, like Leon said,
They not listening. They're like, I got this.
Yeah.
Listen, there's a reason why 78% of the athletes, after they finish playing ball, go broke. 78.
78?
And 85% of the NFL is black.
What does that say? My God, my God.
So they need help. I'm gonna tell you what I need to do. Listen.
That means you got to be a gold. You got to catch that gold digger guy.
What I'm trying to do is get my book at the symposium, the NFL symposium. My book, Fourth Down and Down.
Maybe that'll show them something.
I'm just trying.
Your
to
lessons learned. Your lessons learned. Fourth Down and Down, by the way, by Leon Searcy. Fourth Down and Down. You can find it on Amazon. Correct.
Amazon, yeah. Fourth Down and Down alignment store.
You know he has a book.
It was out.
Yes.
Yeah, it was
very good book.
A couple of weeks ago. I mean, a couple of months ago. It was #1 on Amazon. Hot new release.
Very good, sirs. Very good.
You cover all that in your book.
He go down.
Well, that's awesome,
He go back to Miami when he was.
Don't stop.
I already told him. I'm a U fan, so you know. But that's good stuff there, Leon. I didn't know that, man. I'm gonna check that book out.
Yeah,
That's good stuff.
That's
you guys
good.
need that leadership.
Yes, and you know what? Just him being transparent, it's going to help the next group of guys come like, that happened to him. There's nothing new under the sun. It's just what happened to you is happening.
Well, yeah, the biggest problem with a lot of athletes is that they think they're bulletproof, and they don't think it's never going to happen to them until it happens to them. You know, so that's the reason. I didn't write the book to become famous or popular. I wrote the book to be a precautionary tale of what could happen to you if you don't have your checks and balances.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, so.
You know, I know a lot of the guys, they buy those big old houses, and then once they retire, you know, they got to keep, you know, they buy them big houses, but it take a lot to run them houses, the air conditioning, and, you know, to furnish those houses and all. So, you know, I know a lot of them end up selling those big houses once they retire and everything so they can maintain. So I coach kids coming up, and I think it's last time I think 8 or 9 guys that made it to the NFL. And I still stay close to them, and you know, they have to realize, you know, you spend all that money when you're still playing, but once you retire, you got to maintain those big homes and all. It take a lot of heat and AC to run those big houses. So. Oh yeah.
Well, again, you know, we're still the hometown team, Jaguars. We want a W. We got faith. We got hope. You know, Kim is teaching hope, so we're gonna pass hope and good vibes that they get a good team and something gonna transpire. Bring us out of Covidical in a good way. Bring us out of Covidical 19 in a good way, okay? In a good way. Okay. So again, well, Leon, anything else on sports? You got anything else to say on that note?
And another one.
And another one. Very good. Again, we want to thank you. We're coming to a close, and we want to say, first of all, thank you so much, Kim Varner, for what you have given us on this evening. Not only what you've given us on this broadcast, but what you're doing in the community. And we appreciate all of what you do. And I know it's not easy every day to do what you do. I know you get tired sometimes. But you know what? Keep up the good work because we need you. We need what you're doing.
I can honestly say, you know, I have guys ask me, man, you don't be scared walking the neighborhood, you know, by yourself and the guys over there. Now, I can tell you this, because of the trust and the relationship that's been built, those guys watch my back. I had a guy, in 6 years of doing this, I finally had somebody pull a gun on me the other day. Well, actually, it's been a couple of months ago. I had a kid pull a gun on me. And in police work, when you enter a situation and hair stands up on the back of your neck, you're supposed to pay attention to that. So I walked up on these guys off APR, A. Philip Randolph, and 3 of them, none of the kids was over 20. It's always these young kids that's out there, you know, think they're bulletproof. But walked up to the kids, and one of the guys I didn't recognize, and that was kind of strange because the east side is very close knit. And I didn't recognize this one kid, and he, when I walked up on him, my spiel, I walk up and, hey guys, my name is Kim Bonner, man, I'm a former police officer. I've been walking the neighborhood trying to tell everybody to put the guns down, let's stop killing each other, you know. Let's live, you know. You know, when I walked up to him, one of the guys, he looked at me and say, hey, old school, you need to step off. When he said that, you know, that made me pay attention a little bit to him any more. And I looked down and I worked undercover for 18 years, so when I looked down, I could see a bulge in the front of his shirt.
So you knew.
And so I figured he was holding something, you know, and I'm usually, you know, holding something too when I'm out there. But the kid, you know, he kept saying, old school, you need to step out. I say, bro, I don't mean no disrespect. And that's a lot of times these kids think you disrespect them. So I said, man, I don't mean no disrespect. I'm just out here. This is what I do. You know, I've been doing it for 6 years. Dude turned away and we came back. He had the gun in his hand. He pointed at me. He said, old school, you need to step off, man. We up here talking. You need to step off. I said, bro, I don't need no disrespect. And it felt like, you know, I go to my faith on a lot of things. And it felt like I just had a umbrella or a ray come down on me. And God was telling me, man, just keep doing what you're doing. I got you. Don't even worry about this. I got you. So I stood there and I kept talking to the dude. I said, man, look here, I don't mean no disrespect. And he got the gun pointing at me and he's saying, you know, step off. And I said, bro, you're going to probably see me out here again. If you're going to be on the east side, I've never seen you over here before. But if you're going to be out here, you're going to see me again. I'm going to come up to you and talk to you again. So, you know, just realize that it's no disrespect, bro. And so one of the guys said, man, that's Desi Daddy. And my son was known on the east side. That's Desi Daddy. So the guy said, who? I said, Desi. So the guy kind of lowered the gun. And I told the guy, I said, man, if you're going to shoot me to my face. Don't wait till I walk away and shoot me to my face, you know. And that's kind of like a defense thing. People can't do it to your face. So I turned, I said, I'm gonna do what you asked me to do, bro. I'm gonna back off, you know, but you're probably gonna see me again, man. And when I see you out here, I'm gonna come talk to you again. I could have easily knocked the gun down and pulled mine and you know, took the dude out. But that defeats my whole purpose. You know, so, but, and I've been walking, I haven't seen the guy out there yet, but when I see him again, I'm definitely going to go up and talk to him.
That's beautiful.
You know, so.
That takes a lot of courage and bravery, and you know what? We pray God's protection over you for all you're doing.
Definitely,
but guess what? He will protect you because you're doing it for the right reason, and you have the right agenda. So we appreciate that again. Again, welcome, and thank you, Kim Varner, for all that you do. And again, on behalf of myself, Tracy Irvin, and
Leon Searcy
Smoke and Score, we're going to bid you adieu. Again, follow us every other Thursday. We will be here Thursday after next. Don't know what that date is, but anyway, it's Thursday after next Thursday. And we will have another broadcast of Smoke and Score Live. Again, follow us on Facebook at Smoke and Score Live and on Instagram at Smoke and Score _live. Right? Is it underscore live or is it Smoke and Score Live? No, it's Smoke and Score Live on Instagram. But thank you all again virtually, our studio audience, for coming out on this evening, and also our virtual participants that have hung out with us for this hour on this evening. And again, we thank you so much. We're so glad to be here. And guess what? We got a good treat for you once again. We're going to go out again with DJ Gemini. He's going to be taking us out. If nobody heard earlier, I said that is my son, Mr. Jordan Streeter. He's doing his new DJ thing. We're so proud of him. So DJ Gemini, take us out on that ride. Take Smoke and Score out. And thank you all for listening. Good night.
Yay, yay.
Thank y'all for having me.
The mic not on? Is the mic not on? Is his mic not on? He was trying to get his microphone.
From the youth. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, man. Thanks for having me, brother. Thanks for having me, man. I believe in telling that story for somebody needs to hear. You got parents out there that go through the same thing with their kids. And, I believe that people need to hear that, I appreciate y'all having me. Curtis.
Oh, I was going to get that, but you already got it. Okay, all right.
No, I already took care of it, man. I appreciate it. I mean, this guy here, he found out what I was doing, and we do this clothing thing when I was coaching. He told me, hey, man, you got support me and everything I do. Really? That's all? Yeah. We actually met at a friend's house. Just been right there. You see a gymnast right there tonight.
I thought I had a podcast until I showed up here tonight and saw all this. Now I'm just embarrassed. That's all I am.
He does a podcast on Facebook and all.
Yeah. Y'all got it going on, though.
Great podcast. And you lived in Charleston, or are you from Charleston?
So I live in Jacksonville. I'm from Jacksonville. I was born and raised here, and I live here.
Okay. So you were just in Charleston.
I travel. I work for an organization called Dedication to the Community. What we do, we travel to different police agencies and teach diversity and teach them how to build relationships with the community. And that's why I was in Charleston.
Oh, cool.
We've been to Charleston. We've been to numerous places. Out on the 6th, I got to go back to Miami.
Oh, wow.
And work with their police department. They have 1,800 officers there. We'll be there for about a year.
Okay.
Teaching all their officers 8-hour sessions. Yeah. But I travel the country.
Oh, okay.
I love Jacksonville. I love home.
Oh.
Yeah, I love home.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna get with Tracy. I want to do those classes.
Okay.
So maybe Tracy and
Yes,
set up something.
I do those classes. I don't charge for them. I don't even charge for them because I believe in what I'm doing. I don't charge. I do a self-defense class for females, and the class that I teach is not a class where it teaches females like if you had Leon Surgeon came and grabbed you, he's much bigger and stronger than you. But I teach stuff that physics that you can get away from him using physics, not trying to use strength or whatever.
Right.
And you'll be able to get away from it, grasp it, whatever. But I believe in that, and then once I get enough people together that want to take the class, I'll go book the class.
Absolutely. I got a gang. So I will definitely
I'll
get that. I'll let you
my
know.
number, you have my number, just give me
I
a
sure
call.
will.
If you call me, and I don't always answer because my phone rings constantly. So if you text me, tell me who you are, I'll lock that number in, and then I'll reach back out to you.
Okay.
So the first time you reach out to me, if you text me, that's the best way to get a hold of me.
Okay.
Other than that, my phone has an app on it that automatically screens calls, and if it's a number that I don't know, they won't bug me with it. It'll say spam call or whatever.
Right.
But like I said, if you text me first, I know who it is, and then I'll reach back out.
Sounds good. That'll be funny.
I was telling Tracy I went to school with the Tammy Fields, and she said, "Oh no, that's a merit name." So I said, "Okay, all right." So
Have you worked for the St. John's Sheriff's Office before?
Sheriff Hartwood.
No, the St. John's Sheriff's
sheriff's office. You're gonna be
Okay.
working with them?
We're going to St. We already have gotten with St. Johns County Sheriff's Office. Now I don't know if it's the police department or the sheriff's department, but the sheriff's office is the sheriff. His name is Robert Hardwick. We're going to teach his class. We've already locked in with him. We're just waiting on him to give us dates to go down there and facilitate him. So.
You may or may not know my brother because he works for them, and he's been on the department for almost 24 years now.
Really? What's his name?
Anthony Reitzman.
What's the last name?
Reitzman. He was on SWAT for a long time.
Really?
And he's not anymore. Now he teaches and recertifies officers.
I've never met him before. I don't recognize that name, but a lot of times I recognize the face. Because when I was on the SWAT team, we trained with the different agencies surrounding Duval in case we had to, go assist him or whatever. So, but yeah, if he works for Sheriff Hart, we're going to be doing his department. So.
I'm not sure who he's under right now. But he'll be retiring in like 3 years. So I'm like...
Yeah. I'll tell you, now is a tough time to be the police.
Yeah, my ex-brother, who I still consider family, he's on the K-9 unit for St. John Sheriff's Office. So, and he's young, so I'm like, God, you got a long way to go with him. And he got
Great
in,
podcast.
and things
I
were
said you
bad,
walked
and
away.
he got scared. I'm like, I can't be scared.
I get that.
Oh, wait.
Yeah. I get it, because now's a tough time to be.
Very important.
One of my buddies sitting back in the back there, he working with narcotics with me. But, it's a tough time to be the police right now. I'm glad I got out when I did.
Yeah, I believe it.
Thanks for the card. My wife and I, we hit the road, like Tracy said, we hit the road a lot. So.
You can contact me anytime, call me, text me, email me, however.
That's what I'll do. I'll text you and give you my, let you know who I am. That way,
I'm going to save your number in my phone. That way when it comes up, I'll know.
If I can ever do something, holler at me. Same thing with you, man. If I ever do something for you, holler at me, man. I still got a lot of connections with the police department. I still work with a lot of the guys and all. So if I can ever do something, man, holler at me. That's what I'm all about. So, like Leon was saying about cigar lounges, it's a lot of networking going on in the cigar lounges. And I've networked with a lot of people. I go to downtown cigar. I met you at the downtown cigar lounge. So, that's why I am most of the time, because it's closer to me. But I might have some coming out here, man. I like this environment out here. Especially on Thursday nights, come checking it out, So, yeah.
Pretty good crowd for the show. Big night.
Man, they got about 8 people showed up tonight. They saw the so they came out and hung out with me. So good feeling. Thanks for the lighter too.
Oh, no doubt.
Because I was trying to listen to what they were saying, and it kept going out on me. So I left my little thing at the house, so it was dead on time for me. I appreciate it.